Snow down my neck. Well, that's one load. I was just giving Peter a hand, getting some firewood for our family at the family cabin. I think they have enough, but it's mostly hardwood, so they wanted some of the pine to supplement it, but then also for kindling. So we'll probably spend some time splitting into kindling to help them get the fire going, because hardwood is great. It burns for a very long time and is perfect for heating up the cabins, but it's just kind of hard to get going. So having some pine kindling or some smaller pieces of pine to burn first and then adding hardwood on top is definitely the way to go. It is getting cold. It's -3 right now, and tonight we're having snow. I got some of the wood over here that I'm going to start splitting, but take a look at this. Yeah, so as you can see here, we've got a slight flurry. It's more like a mist. And it says I'll keep up for the next 45 minutes, but then it'll be followed by heavy snow. So hopefully we'll be getting a decent amount. It says that we will be, but judging by the little flurry we've got going on right now, I think it'll be accurate, and we might get the first real snowfall of the year. Wow, guys, take a look at this. It is now snowing very heavily, and it's not only just snowing, it's actually sticking to the ground. Like, you can see my footsteps in the snow, everything's gathering a thick layer of snow. Wow. The temperature dropped by a couple degrees as well. This is pretty amazing. The first real snowfall of the year, and I was just talking about listening to Christmas music in the last video. This, it's official now. This is definitely the time to start listening to Christmas music and maybe even putting up some decorations. Man, it's kind of hard to talk. My lips are getting frozen. Well, I'm gonna get the wood I just split inside. I'm not even gonna put it out here, although it has a tarp. I'm gonna put it inside so it stays nice and dry, and then we'll get a fire going in there. Look at this. Oh, that's amazing. Whew. It is cold and it's getting dark fast. It's only like 3:50, but since it's snowing so heavily, it's completely blocking out whatever light was left, and it's quite dark now, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of like a blue darkness, if that makes sense. But yeah, I was just helping out my brother getting some kindling and wood over at their place. so then he can make it nice and warm for when our parents get home. And I'm about to do the same here in the cabin. It is pretty cold in there right now, so I'm gonna get a fire going. We're gonna make it nice and cozy. There was a lot I wanted to get done today, but most of it was just getting everything in and getting as much wood in as I could because of this snow. Wow, it's cozy. I'm definitely gonna try and find a little Christmas tree to fit somewhere in my cabin tomorrow. Cozy. I did something you should never do when it's snowing and you have a cozy fire going and you have a lot of stuff to do. And I took a nap and woke up many, many hours later and wasn't sure where I was, but take a look outside. While I was asleep, it's been snowing this whole time. There's like a ton of snow on the ground. And even as I'm standing out here, you can see the snow is just collecting on me super fast. Big, thick snowfall. I'm gonna try and wake up early and check out what it looks like. But I have to wake up at like 3 in the morning. I'm gonna set a timer so then I can refill my fireplace, because last night it wasn't even snowing and it wasn't nearly as cold, but when I woke up it was absolutely freezing in the room because I forgot to do that. So I think that's what I did last winter in our family cabin, and that's what I'm gonna have to do here, is just around 3, 4 in the morning, throw a couple more logs on the fire, go back to bed, and then when you wake up a couple hours later, you're not freezing and you can get dressed comfortably. All these branches are sagging down a lot lower than they usually would because of the weight of the snow. I'm gonna have to make sure that I check that none of those branches are leaning too close to my chimney, so I might have to climb up on the roof tomorrow and trim a few branches if they are. But tomorrow, I was talking to you guys in the last video about insulating this workshop room, because only 2 of the walls are insulated, and I'd love to do more woodworking projects indoors this winter. And for me to be able to do that, it needs to be at least somewhat warm. So I was talking about insulating these walls. I measured them out, so I kind of have a rough idea of how much insulation I would need. And I don't think it would be too hard to do. So I'm going into town tomorrow, and I'm going to talk to some people and see, you know, just like get a rough estimate on how much it'll cost and what exactly that entails. I'll figure all that out. This is the sort of thing that keeps me up, trying to think of how to do all the projects. But I'm going to leave that for tomorrow. That's a future me problem. And I'm going to get a good night's sleep because I got to be up early in the morning. So it's nice and warm in here, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Well, good morning, everybody. I was expecting the snow to start melting, but it's actually still snowing, which is awesome. Hopefully it lasts a while. This week's supposed to be pretty cold, but usually during this time of year we get a big snowfall and then it kind of melts off a bit and then it snows again. But yeah, this looks like it's here to stay for a while at least. It's absolutely beautiful. It's like a whole different world up here. Winter is probably got to be my favorite time of the year up here. It's kind of hard to beat. Everything becomes cozy, and every activity seems a little bit more fun. And it's snow. It's snow. Lando loves the snow. We got to put on your jacket pretty soon, though. Today's decently warm, so I think he's fine. Do you like it, Lando? It looks like I won't be able to head into town today, but I'll just head in tomorrow. But since I'm not going into town, I want to see if I can collect some greens for decorations, maybe find a little tree. But this week, we're going to be having like cold nights, about -4 Celsius, and then, you know, like anywhere between +1 to +3 during the day. But next week it gets down to like -14 and stuff. So even if this snowfall melts off, there's going to be a lot more, and it really won't be too long until the lake starts freezing up. So gotta do some planning ahead and make sure that when we do go into town, we know exactly what we need, so we're not lacking anything, because we won't be able to get it for a while once the lake starts to freeze. If you're wondering why I'm shoveling the snow because it looks so cozy, I really wish I didn't have to, because I love the look of kind of the snow-buried cabin. But the reason why I'm doing that is, one, having a lot of snow right by my door just tracks a lot of snow inside, and since that room's not insulated, it's not very warm. So most of the snow that falls off of my boots just stays there, like it doesn't melt, and then, you know, it creates a mess after a while. And then two, since this snow will probably partially melt and then freeze again, I don't want to have a whole bunch of ice on my deck, so, you know, I slip and fall, or, you know, something like that happens. So unfortunately I have to scrape it all off, but just look how thick it is. Wow, this branch is really just hugging the roof there. Which actually reminds me, I wanted to check the chimney. Make sure there's nothing touching it, because that is a fire hazard, although it's really unlikely that that would happen with this much snow. So there's nothing major that seems to be an issue. There's that one little branch kind of touching near the bottom. I think I might just trim that back later for safety, but other than that, it looks pretty good. So now that the snow's a little bit melted, I'm gonna go look for a small Christmas tree to put inside my cabin. I think I have the perfect spot. There's not much room for that sort of thing in there, but I think if it's a pretty small one, I should be able to fit one in there. Lando got his jacket on now, so he's nice and warm, ready to go look for a Christmas tree. I'm just gonna walk around the island at first and see if we have any little Christmas trees here, and if not, then I can take the boat over to the mainland somewhere and check there. They're a little thin. Lando, what do you think? Huh? Is this our Christmas tree? Well, I'm gonna keep looking, and if I can't find something better, then I might come back for that one. Looks like we're already getting some trees falling from the snow. Last time that we spent a winter up here, I was in the family cabin, and that was 2 years ago, and it was a really, really warm winter. It was kind of weird, very slushy. It just wasn't very good, but according to everything I've read, this winter is supposed to be a nice, typical, cold Canadian winter, which means we'll have better ice on the lake. Like I said, it was super slushy last time, so when we were trying to drive our snow dogs, it just didn't work. Like, they would bog down and then they'd freeze and cause a lot of issues. So hopefully it is a cold winter. And judging just by like the forecast for the next week, I think it will be. Come on, Lando. Let's go on the boat. We didn't find what we were looking for. That one tree wasn't bad, but I kind of wanted a different species, so we're gonna hop on the boat and go to the mainland. We're gonna head right over to that part. Over there is where we found our Christmas tree 2 years ago, and I think there should be some good ones over there. Oh, that one's kind of pretty. I want to go a bit further in though. This one's kind of nice. It's a bit wide, but it's a nice one. Ooh, it's, snow got my neck. Alrighty, still on the search, but we found quite a few possible candidates. So I'm sure the perfect one, wow. This is not easy to walk through, by the way. I'm sure the perfect Christmas tree is just somewhere around the next corner. I need to come to this forest for harvesting at some point. I've noticed a whole bunch of nice burls, which are good for like bowls and cups. And the amount of birch bark, look at that. Birch bark is probably got to be the best fire starter you can find naturally over here. It's very flammable because it's like paper. It comes in thin sheets, but it's also got like a lot of oil in it, so it just really ignites and strikes up easily and burns for a long time. Take a look at this monster tree that fell over. You can see here all the rock, the bare rock that got exposed when it fell down. Look at the size of this thing. Wowza. This thing is massive. Look at this. Well, this is it. This is a Christmas tree. Kidding. It's this little beauty here. My little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. Should fit perfectly. Come on, Lando, in. In. Good boy. I only have one string of Christmas lights that's not that long, so I think this will be the perfect size for now. If I feel like later, as we get closer into Christmas and deeper on into winter, then I can grab a slightly bigger one if I can find one.
So today and tomorrow are basically the last days that we'll be going into town if we need to tomorrow. Today we are getting last minute Christmas gifts. I haven't gotten anything for Daniel. And just some basic foods, supplies.
And then I'm also going to be heading into Home Depot to see if I can get the insulation for the workshop. The weird thing is like the studs are all different sizes. Even if I can't pick it up today, just talk to them, figure out what they think. I took some photos so I can show them, and then we can get some expert advice on how to proceed with that job.
lot easier to work with because you can cut it. We got different widths you want.
Right.
It's got an R24.
Two of them are already done.
Also 2 18s.
Yeah. So an 18 and a 17, but you can just run them.
Yeah, okay. So it's about 360 square feet.
Okay.
And this will do.
I don't think this truck could be any more full. Can't even get back there to show you everything. It's full to the brim. Also full. Well, we got the insulation we need. I just talked to a guy there, showed him a few pictures and stuff, and he recommended what we have in the back here. I don't know too much about it, so I'll talk to you more when we get to the island and kind of explain what it is, but we have it now. We have the plastic wrap that goes over top, and we should be ready to start on that project, which I'm really excited about. We got a few more stores to go to before we can start heading back to the island. Do we have any other stores, or?
Well, yeah, but I don't know if we have room. We've run out of room.
The back is completely full. We were just at Home Sense, so we got some cozy Christmas stuff for both the cabins. Yeah, I think that's almost everything. Unless, or is that everything?
No, we have to find one of those, what are those converters?
Oh yeah,
So
like an AC to DC or DC to AC, I'm not sure.
So Best Buy.
And then home. Last night I was thinking about the project and the installation and just decided to do it. It's expensive though, so, you know, I got to make sure that I don't mess anything up because it definitely costs a lot. But it's going to make the workshop a lot better, and I'm really excited for that. We made it back to the cabin. I want to show you guys some of what I bought and start decorating the tree, but first things first, I got to get all this insulation somewhere dry, just in case it snows or rains. I want to have it inside. There's not much room in here right now, but I think I'll just place it there, and then I can start figuring out, you know, how to begin this project. But at least I have the materials now, and I have the tools I need, and all I need to do is figure out how to actually do it. So yeah, let's get these things inside and then get ourselves inside because it is cold. All right, so I thought I'd show you guys some of the stuff I bought for here in the cabin while we're in town. I got this pillow because it looks cozy, but it also is pretty close to the same pattern and color, close enough, as the blanket that's on the green chair. So I'll just put that to sit on that chair. My mom got me this cozy blanket, which I'll either put on the other green chair or I'll just have on my bed on cold nights. It's a very nice fluffy blanket. After the installation, which was a pretty big purchase, I decided to go to the dollar store to buy things, and then ended up buying like 50 things, so it didn't make a difference. But I got a little bow because I want to make a wreath for the door at some point. And then I got like little Christmas ornaments for the tiny Christmas tree. I got some of that like shiny silver stuff you put on Christmas trees. Not necessarily because that's something we do. We never had that on Christmas trees as a kid. It's just for a funny reference. I was looking at my little Christmas tree and it reminded me of this old movie. I'll show you guys. I also got like 3 packs of these cheap little Christmas lights. One of them's gonna go on the Christmas tree, and then the other ones I'm just gonna kind of like put around the room a little bit later, just to make it a little more cozy in here. I got a couple different candles. Got this one, which smells really nice. And then I also got this one, which just smells like a Christmas tree, so I thought it'd be cozy in here. I got 3 of these like Christmas tree candles. I don't even know if I'm gonna light these, but they'll be kind of nice to just scatter around a little bit more of the little ornaments. I got a ground mat for the Christmas tree, and then some things to hang the ornaments. And I bought this little dude because I thought he looked funny. It's like a little gnome, kind of funny looking. I carve guys out of wood like this all the time, so. Got some bows for when I'm wrapping presents. Staples. I don't know why they're in that bag, but this is for the plastic that goes over the insulation. This, I didn't just buy this. I've had this for a while, but it's kind of funny. It's like a mini measuring tape, Milwaukee, that goes on a keychain. Just found this again. It was lost for a while. Decent little haul. All Christmas stuff. I don't know if I want to put all of this up yet, although, you know, we're almost getting into December, so I don't really think it matters at this point. But the insulation's inside the workshop now, so once I figure out what I'm going to do with that, I can start on that project. Yeah, that works good. I like that one. I wouldn't exactly say this sort of thing is my specialty. I never usually, you know, decorate or buy candles, but when it comes to this cabin, I just like it being as cozy as possible. And, you know, usually I would have my sister who would, you know, decorate everything when I was younger with my mom. And my mom makes our family cabin extremely cozy, but I also want this one to be, you know, kind of Christmassy this year, so I'm doing my best. If there's any moms out there that have better suggestions of where I should put things, let me know. That doesn't look too bad. I put one of the Christmas light strings behind the bookshelf. I'm probably not going to have these ones on all the time, but just for when I need to grab something when it's dark, this kind of illuminates it. I'm probably going to move Lando's bed and his water and then put the Christmas tree right there, and then Lando can just sleep on the other bunk bed. Nice. Oh, sorry guys, I'm not the best decorator. Pretty cozy though. No idea how to use this stuff. I think I'm doing it wrong. It looks more like spider webs. Well, I like it. It's not the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, but I think I did a pretty good job for not really having ever done this before. Yeah, it's a super cozy addition to the cabin, especially now that we're getting closer to Christmas and the freezing of the lake. This Christmas tree, now that I'm sitting here looking at it, it's just
It reminds me so much of one of my favorite Christmas movies, which is called A Bishop's Wife. If you haven't seen it, definitely watch it this year. It's super cozy. It's an old black and white if you like those. It's been one of my favorites since I was young. But in that, there's two scenes that remind me of this. One where like their nanny is decorating the tree and it's all ugly and covered with that silver stuff. That's why I bought it, because we never really used that on our trees when I was growing up. It was just because of that movie. And then the other reference is there's this old man, but he goes out and buys like this little twig, which kind of reminds me of my little Christmas tree here.
Hello, Mr. Magenta.
Oh, Mrs. Abraham, how do you do?
Now, how much do you charge for this miserable weed?
$1.85.
$1.85 for this half-hearted twig? I shall pay you 10 cents a branch or take my trade elsewhere.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Come on.
Well, now that that's done, I think I'm gonna hop in bed. And I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'll probably take a look at the workshop there and figure out the insulation business and work on stuff in here, maybe improve the tree a little bit. Well, everybody, I think I'm going to call the video here. We got a lot done, actually. A lot of the stuff that I wanted done. We got all the materials we'll be needing for the workshop project, and it's still snowing outside. I think that pretty soon here, maybe in the next week or two, we'll actually get to see the lake start freezing up. Like I mentioned, this next week, so next video, you guys will be able to see the temperature drop to about 8 to 10 negative Celsius. And, you know, the little rivers in the area are already starting to freeze up. And I think the lake will be following suit pretty soon. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to all of the new subscribers and old subscribers that have been watching the channel. You guys seem to be enjoying the videos, which I'm really happy about. We actually just hit 17,000 subscribers, which is a pretty amazing little milestone. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the videos. I'm having a great time making them and sharing these island adventures with you guys. By the time you're seeing this video, it should be December 1st, which is also pretty awesome. And I think for the next week's video, I'm going to be trying my hand at insulating. We're going to have to move a lot of this stuff out, but I'd love to get at least, you know, part of this wall done next week if possible. I'm going to have to research a little bit on how to do all this. This will be my first time, but, you know, I think we can do it. I think it shouldn't be too hard. And I didn't buy any wood for covering up over the insulation yet because I still haven't decided on like a layout or anything. I just thought that the most important thing is just to get the insulation in, start getting this room a little bit warmer. I'm not sure if you can see, but right now you can see my breath in here. It's pretty cold. But yeah, we got a lot of big things coming up, a lot of big things going on, and I really hope you guys will stay tuned for upcoming adventures. As always, a special thank you to those of you who have subscribed to my Patreon channel. Your support really means a lot, and it helps me to be able to keep making these videos and bringing you guys new content each week. If you're interested, there'll be a link at the end of the video if you want to help support the channel. And as always, I will see you guys on another adventure next week.